Hey guys, how's it going? Patrick James, and today I want to tell you a story that my buddy was telling me that happened to him not too long ago when he went out to a bar and met a girl. He said he was talking to this girl, right? And they went somewhere quiet where they could talk, and then out of nowhere this random guy walks up and he starts just like talking to both of them, and eventually she like gets into the conversation with him and takes the girl away from my buddy. And my buddy was like, what the fuck just happened there? He was confused. He didn't know what to do, and he came to me and asked like, what should I have done differently in that situation to guarantee that I would have not lost the girl to this random douchebag that's stealing my girls. All right. So here's the thing. I have a thing that I do all the time. However, it's not going to work. Little caveat, it's not going to work if you're at a Las Vegas nightclub or some high charge environment and you meet her on a dance floor and she's just in a super like amped up state where the only thing she knows is like shiny object, hot guy, and she's like that. Because if you're talking to a girl and she's in that kind of state of mind, obviously if a guy comes up and he's a little bit more fun than you, like 1% more outgoing than you, she's going to go towards him because, you know, in that kind of a mood, girls just like gravitate towards the fun. So if you meet a girl on a dance floor and she's in that highly charged state, what you want to do is immediately take her somewhere else quieter so where you can talk. And that's as simple as saying, hey, it's really loud here, come with me. And you grab her hand and lead her somewhere quiet where you two can talk and get down to like a vibing level where you're just chatting about life and about you two, and then building the sexual tension, the attraction there. So this technique that I'm about to give you will work in that situation, but not necessarily on the dance floor. All right, so here's the thing. When you're talking to her and a guy comes up and he tries to steal her away, he tries to interject into the conversation, he tries to interrupt the conversation, which will, fix my hair a little bit, which will happen if like a lot of people are drinking and a lot of people are conversing around you guys. It'll happen, all right? It just comes with the territory. But here's what you do. You don't even acknowledge the guy, because the way I see it, I'm too high value for him to even enter my radar, all right? If he's trying to steal my girl, I'm not even gonna give him the time of day, all right? So if he comes up, tries to interrupt our conversation, I'm just gonna ignore him. And here's the thing. The girl, she's already been following your lead all night or up until this point, so she's going to follow your lead here most likely. So if you hold the eye contact and don't acknowledge this guy, and you hold eye contact with her and you still can keep the conversation going with her, she's gonna stay right there with you, most likely. But sometimes she will talk to him. Maybe he's outgoing enough to grab her attention, all right? And obviously, we all know that's the first step, is grab their attention. Maybe he grabs her attention, right? And maybe she starts conversing with him. Maybe she's laughing at his jokes now. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do something that I call cutting the validation. I just cut it off, right? So when you met her on the dance floor and she was attracted to you, when you took her somewhere quiet where you can talk, you were basically validating her. You said subconsciously, I think you're interesting. I want to explore this relationship a little bit further. So that was a form of validation. Then when you guys are talking and connecting and vibing on a deeper level, that's another form of validation. So it's kind of like cutting someone off from cigarettes or smoking or like drugs cold turkey, all right? Because your emotions are basically a drug. They're chemicals in your brain. So when you cut the validation, she is going to feel this void and she's going to want that back. Just like a drug. If you cut them off, she's going to want that back, all right? So here's how you do it. There's 3 very subtle ways to do it. A lot of guys, when they hear cutting the validation, they're just gonna like walk away, which is not right, because then you took yourself out of the situation altogether. You gave the victory to that guy, all right? But here's the thing. You gotta subtly cut the validation to where you're still around and she can feel you slowly leaving. And the first step, there's like 3 like levels to this shit. The first level is I'm gonna break eye contact, all right? So like I said, she's following your lead. If you hold the eye contact and she breaks it and like starts holding with you or starts like talking to this guy, what I'm not gonna do is sit there and wait for her to talk to this guy and wait for them to get done talking, because that's not gonna happen. He came over here to steal your girl. He's not gonna just leave unless he has like 0 game, all right? So I'm gonna break eye contact. I'm gonna start looking around the room. And then if that doesn't work, which, you know, sometimes it won't. Here's like the money move. It works almost every time. Is I'm going to point my feet in a different direction, because if you and this girl are talking, most likely your guys' feet are pointed towards each other, or at least like in the general vicinity, right? But if you start pointing your feet away, subconsciously, she instantly feels that, because we're always reading nonverbal cues from everybody around us, whether you know it or not. And when she can, like, if she subtly, like, if she can see out of the corner of her eye that your feet are like in a different direction now, she's gonna feel that void. She's gonna feel you leaving, all right? And up to this point, she's been so validated by you, but that most likely she's gonna come right back. She's gonna like brush that guy off right away to get you back, all right? It works almost every time. But on the off chance that doesn't work, here's what you do. If you've done the first 2 steps and she's still talking to this guy, what you're going to do is find a girl nearby. You're not gonna walk away because you don't wanna take yourself out of the situation, but if you see a girl nearby or like a couple feet away, take a step over and start talking to her. It doesn't have to be a flirty conversation. It doesn't have to be anything. Heck, it could be your sister. It could be your mom. Just make sure it's a girl. Because what that's going to do is now she's felt the void of you leaving, but she also has jealousy to like boost the fire now, all right? Because she's going to subconsciously get a little bit jealous because now she's felt you walk away and now you're talking to a different girl. So what she's probably gonna do, if she's secure in herself, like if she's insecure, she'll probably just like get pissed off and leave, which, you know, I don't want to have insecure people in my life anyways. But if she's secure, she's gonna come over and just talk to you again. She's not gonna like be a bitch to this girl, but she'll be nice, and then you can obviously continue the conversation with her, all right? Like I said, this conversation doesn't have to be anything special. Just make sure she sees you talking to a different girl to spark that jealousy. And that works 9 times out of 10, works every fucking time. So that's the 3 steps to cutting the validation and dealing with those random ass douchebags that come up and cockblock you and your girl, all right? Hopefully that helped. My name is Patrick James, and I'll see you later.
And here's to all the young believers. Yeah. You know, the ones that don't believe us. Damn. Baby, play it for your ex too. And all the kids around my table yelling F you.